Good morning, all of you. I am Mahendra Seni, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacy, Suresh Gyan Vihar University. Today I will discuss about the subject of pharmacy practice and topic is patient medication history interview. First of all, discuss about the learning objectives. Learning objectives of this topic. Upon completion of this topic, the students should be able to medication history interview, importance of accurate drug history, information source, objective of patient counseling, functions of patient counseling. These are the learning objectives of this topic and learning outcomes on successful completion of unit. On successful completion of unit, students will be able to medication history interview, importance of accurate drug history, information source, object of patient counseling, and functions of patient counseling. These are the learning outcomes of this lecture. First of all, medication history interview. Patient medication history interview. A medication history is detailed. A medication history is detailed, accurate, and complete account of all prescribed and non-prescribed medicines that a patient had taken or is currently taking prior to a initially institutionalized institutionalized and ambulatory care, and it's provide valuable insights and into patient allergic tendencies, adherence to pharmacological and non-pharmacological treatments, and it self-medication with complementary and alternative medicines. In interviewing a patient in collecting the data, medical history are called medicine history interview. Interviewing a patient in collecting the data, medical history are called medication history interview. Next one, importance of accurate drug history. Importance of accurate drug history. First of all, preventing prescription error. First of all, preventing prescription error and consequent risk to patients. And second one importance is useful in detecting drug. Useful in detecting drug related pathology or changes in clinical signs. That may be the result of drug therapy. Next one importance is it should encompass and all currently and recently prescribed drugs, previous adverse drug reactions including herbal or alternative medicines, and adherence to therapy or better care plan. These are the importance of accurate drug history. Next one, goals. The goals of medication. The goals of medication history interview is to obtain information on aspects of drug use that may assist in overall care of patient. The medication history interview is to obtain information about the all our overall care of patient. The information, the information collect can be utilized to the information collect and can be utilized to a first one compare medication profile with the medication administration record and investigate the discrepancies, and second one information is verify medication history. Verify medication history taken by other staff taken by other staff and provide additional information where appropriate. These are the called These are the goals of patient medication history interview. And the following information is commonly recorded. The following information is commonly recorded during the patient medication history interview. First of all, currently and recently prescribed medicines. Currently or recently prescribed medicines, over the counter medications. OTC means over the counter medications, vaccination, and alternative or traditional remedies. Alternative and traditional remedies. And next one is description of reaction. Description of reaction and allergies to medicines. And next one is medicines found to be ineffective. And next one is adherence to past treatment. Adherence to past treatment and the use of adherence aids. These are the following information is commonly recorded during the patient medication history interview. Information sources. Information sources for the patient medication history interview. First of all, patient. Second one is family or caregiver. Third one is medication vials, bubble packs, and fourth one is medication lists. Fifth one is community pharmacy, and sixth one is drug program information network, DPIN. DPIN means drug program information network. These are the required information sources for the patient medication history interview. Card for medication history script. Card for medication history script. First of all, medication history script like allergies. Do you have an allergy to or avoid any medication due to side effects? Some drugs are side effect as an allergy. So avoid any medication due to side effect like allergy. What type of reactions do you have? And prescription medications. What prescription medications do you take on your regular basis? When do you take them? And non-prescription medications. In which non-prescription medications, what non-prescription over the counter medications do you take a regular basis? And when do you take them? Like herbal supplements, vitamins, and what herbal, natural, or homeopathic remedies do you take? And what vitamins or minerals do you take? And when do you take them? This is the medication history scripts and additional questions during the patient medication history interview, like additional questions. Do you use any, do you use any eye drop, nasal drop, nose drop, buffers, inhalers, and medicated lotion or creams, medicated patches? And do you receive any needles, injections, some from the doctor office, study medications? And do you take any medication on a regular basis for like sleep, your stomach, your bowel, your pain? And you and your doctor recently change or stop any of your medications? These are the queries regarding the patient medication history interview. Questions to ask. Questions to ask. Which community pharmacy do you use? Which community pharmacy do you use? And any allergies to medications, and what was the reactions? And like hypersensitivity reactions, drug-drug interactions, drug-food interactions. These are the medication reactions. And what medications are you currently taking? What medications are you currently taking? The name of the medication, the dosage form of the medication, the amount, especially the dose, and how are they taking it, by which route, like oral route, subcutaneous route, topical route, parenteral route. These are the routes of drug administration. And how many times a day, like twice a day, thrice a day, once a day. These, it means how many times a day. Next one, for what reason? For what reason? What prescription medication are you taking on a regular basis or as need basis? Means regular basis means like anti-hypertensive drugs, anti-diabetic drugs. These are the regular basis medications. And needed basis means like non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. These are the need basis medications. And what are the counter medications? What are the counter medications are you taking on or regular or need basis? Over the counter medications are you taking on a regular or need basis? And what herbal or natural medications? What herbal or natural medicines are you taking on a regular or need basis? And what vitamin or other supplements are you taking? And have you recently started any new medicines? These are the questions asking during the patient medication review history. And did a doctor change? Did a doctor change the dose or stop any of your medication recently? And did you change the dose or stop any of your medication recently? And are any of the medications causing side effect? And have you changed the dose or stop any medication because of unwanted effect? During the medications, many types of drugs cause the unwanted effects. So stop and change the dose of medications. And do you sometimes stop taking your medicines? Do you sometimes stop taking your medicines whenever you feel better? And do you stop taking your medicines if it make your feel worse? These are the question asking during the patient medication history interview. Patient counseling. What is patient counseling? Patient counseling is defined as providing medications, information orally or written from to the patient or their representatives on direction of use, advice on side effects, precautions, storage, diet, and lifestyle modifications. These are the patient counseling, like medication information orally or written by the patients, their representative directions of advice on side effects, precautions of drug, storage of drug, diet, and lifestyle modifications during the patient counseling. Objectives of patient counseling. Objective of patient counseling. Patients should recognize the importance of medications. Patient should recognize the importance of medication for his well-being and his well-being, and patient understanding of strategies to deal with medications, side effects, and drug interacts should be improved. And patient become an informed, efficient, and active participants in disease treatment and self-care management. Drug interaction and adverse drug reactions should be prevented and should ensure better patient compliance. These are the objectives of patient counseling. Patient counseling consists of three stages. During the patient counseling, three stages are involved in the patient counseling: introduction, process content, and issue regarding conclusion. These are the stages during the patient counseling. First of all, introduction. Review the patient record and introduce yourself, pharmacist, and explain purpose of counseling and obtain drug-related information such as allergies, use of herbals, etc., and assess the patient undertaking of the reason for therapy. These are the introduction during the patient counseling. Issue regarding manner. Second one is issue regarding manner, in which issue regarding manner use language that the patient understand and present facts and concepts in simple word, logical order, and use often open-ended questions during the issue regarding manner. Conclusion. Verify the patient. Verify the patient understanding by feedback during the patient medication interview history and summarize by emphasizing key points. Summarize by emphasizing key points during the patient medication interview history and give an opportunity to the patient to put forward any concern. These are the conclusion during the these are the conclusion of patient counseling. Functions of patient counseling. Functions of patient counseling like effective patient counseling. Effective patient counseling aim to produce the following results like better patient understanding of their illness and the role of medication in its treatment, and improved medication adherence and more effective drug treatment and reduced incidence of adverse effects and unnecessary healthcare costs, and improve quality of life for the patient, and better coping strategies to deal with medication related adverse effects. These are the functions of patient counseling like better patient understanding, improve medication adherence, and more effective drug treatments, and reduce adverse effect and unnecessary healthcare costs, and improve the quality of life for the patient, and better coping strategy to deal with medication related adverse effects. Next one, counseling area. Counseling area. The patient should be counseled in semi-private, private area away from the other people and directions. The patients pursue the counseling area as confidential, secure, and conducive, conducive to learning. This helps ensure both parties are focused on the decision and minimize interpretations and distractions. It's provide an opportunity for patients to ask questions they may be hesitant to ask in public. These are the queries regarding the counseling area. Next one topic is community pharmacy management. Next one topic is community pharmacy management. Community pharmacy management. First of all, community pharmacy. Community pharmacy is a pharmacy service. Community pharmacy is a pharmacy service and center established in a community setup catering to the needs of the society for their drug products, healthcare items and related materials, and community pharmacy in India. Community pharmacy in India is known as retail pharmacy and medical store or simply a drug store. In which community pharmacy, the functions of community pharmacy like provide the drug products, healthcare items, related materials, and community pharmacy in India also known as retail pharmacy, medical store, and simply a drug store. This is the community pharmacy. And community pharmacy management, CPM. Community pharmacy management is a represent all activities. Community pharmacy management represent all activities involved in the organization and direction of getting people together, the accomplish the desired goals and objective of pharmacy enterprises. This is the community pharmacy management. Objectives. Objectives of community pharmacy management. Primary objectives. There are two types of objectives during the community pharmacy management. First one objective is primary objective, and second one objective is secondary objective. In which primary objective, first of all, to compare the proportion of patients, receiving the treatment and services, to compare the proportion of patients receiving the treatment and services, and to quantify the health gain by describing change in patient, and to evaluate the total cost change on monetary basis, and to conduct medicines management interventions. And secondary objective is to describe the role of non-prescriptions, to describe the role of non-prescription medicines in patient care management, to set the opinion, between stakeholders such as patient, physician, and community pharmacist, and to provide and share guideline between intervention and control group. These are the secondary objectives and primary objectives of community pharmacy management. Next one, role of pharmacist in community pharmacy management. What are the role of pharmacist in community pharmacy management? First of all, handling of day-to-day problems. Handling of day-to-day problems and crisis related to medicines. Handling the problems day-to-day and crisis related to medicines, and monitoring of adverse drugs reactions. The role of pharmacist is monitoring of adverse drug reactions during the community pharmacy management, and making people aware regarding the side effect, toxicities, dose regimen of drugs in community pharmacy management, and ensuring all health worker to develop a social conscience and assume more responsibility for the economic effect of their activities, and transferring health related informations and service from one place to other. Transferring health related informations and service from one place to other. And pharmacist must recognize appropriate space, time and resource to deliver new services. And pharmacy owner should also be cognizant of the need to include their whole staff in the implementation process, even for a service that is ostensibly and delivered by the pharmacist alone. These are the role of pharmacist in community pharmacy management. Basic steps of modern practice of community pharmacy management. These are the basic steps of modern practice of community pharmacy management. First one, community pharmacy marketing to stockholders. And second one is documentation writing. And third one is launching development program. And fourth one is management skill training. And fifth one is clinical skill training. And sixth one is monitoring. And seventh one is project management. These are the basic steps of modern practice of community pharmacy management. First of all, financial management. First of all, manage the financial management in community pharmacy management. It's involve capital investment. Financial management means financial management involved in capital investment, which which is expenditure made during a particular period to acquire or improve long-term assets such as building, delivery van, and dispensing equipments. These are the improved long-term assets like building, delivery van, and dispensing equipments. It is necessary for paying bills. It is necessary for paying bills, making changes, paying employees, and making any other financial transactions in which the pharmacy is involved. Importance of financial management. Importance of financial management. Help in successful development of business. Help in successful development of business. Help in forecast of future funds. Give a efficient direction of business and helpful in making economy in operating activities. And in effective financial planning, financial manners make owners and creditors capital safe ensured by investing in it in well business. This is the financial management of community pharmacy. And financial plan. Financial plan for the financial management. Prepare the financial plan in community pharmacy management like simple, flexible, economical, implanted, implemented, and use financial sourcefully, good source of information, prepared as a less risky business. These are the financial plan for community pharmacy management. Next one, material management. Material management. It can be defined as the function responsible for the coordination of planning. It can be defined the function responsible for the coordination of planning, sourcing, purchasing, moving, storing, and controlling material in a optimum manner, so as they provide a pre-decided service to the customer at a minimum cost. These are the functions and responsible for the coordination like planning, sourcing, purchasing, moving, storing, and controlling materials in optimum manner. Next one, objectives of material management. Objectives of material management like to maintain inventory material for working capital, to maintain inventory material for working capital, to purchase material at minimum price, to purchase material at minimum price and to establish good vendor customer relationship and to establish an integrated system for reducing duplication of functions and to achieve optimum inventory turnover and to achieve best customer services and to search new source of supply, standardization and quality control and to process plan and ensure performance. These are the main objective of material management and also known as material management. Importance of material management. Importance of material management, like for faster turnover, for faster turnover, for selection of raw material, and increased personal development of staffs, increased personal development of staffs, and establish better interdepartmental corporations, and reduces material obsolescence and reduce lead time. Also known as the importance of, these are the importance of material management. Staff management. Staff management for the community pharmacy, like first one buying team, second one is dispensary team, and third one is business team, and fourth one is mail order team, and fifth one is merchandising team, and sixth one is personal team, and seventh one is advertising team. These are the staff management for the community pharmacy management. And next one is infrastructure management. Infrastructure management. Selection of site for the community pharmacy. Like site is well connected with various mode of transport. Transportation is main factor during the infrastructure management of community pharmacy, because transport is essential during the community pharmacy, and surrounding should be good. Surrounding should be good, no congestion of traffic. Surrounding should be good, no congestion of traffic, and site of the plot has a sufficient scope for expansion. These are the selection of site for the infrastructure management of community pharmacy. Layout of store. Next one is layout of store, like flexible in arrangement. Flexibility in arrangement. In community pharmacy required the flexibility in arrangement of products and convenience in physical counting of material. Convenience in physical counting of materials. And next one is items used sparingly should be easy to locate it, and efficient protection against deterioration and palpage of materials. Better stock control, but minimum routine work like record maintenance, etc. And efficient use of floor space and height. Efficient use of floor space and height. And safety from hazards. Safety is required in community pharmacy because many types of chemicals like hazards and insurances, etc. Proper illumination and ventilation. Proper illumination and ventilation in community pharmacy, and proper security arrangement, proper security arrangement so that no person other than store staff can enter the store. So required the security arrangements for the other person no enter in the store. And heavy a bulky items, heavy and bulky items should be stored a low as possible. Heavy and bulky items should be stored as low as possible, and shelves and bins should not be very deep, and minimum handling minimum handling and transportation of materials, minimum handling and transportation of materials. These are the layout of drugstore and objective of layout plan. Objective of layout plan. Many types of objective of layout plan, like to attract maximum customers, to attract maximum customers to the community pharmacy, and to increase purchase from each customer, increase purchase from each customer, and to improve journal appearance and professional image, to improve journal appearance and professional image of community pharmacy, and to minimize utilization of space, to to minimize utilization of space in community pharmacy, and to reduce welfare, the fit and provide surveillance in community pharmacy, to control movement, to control movement inside the store, to control movement inside the drug store of staff in community pharmacy. These are the objectives of layout plan for community pharmacy and drug store. These are the retail drug store design and wholesale drug design. This is the retail drug store design and this is the wholesale drug store design. In which retail drug design, first of all, this is the front of display window and then entrance, and this is the waiting area in retail drug store, and this area is required for the racks, and this area is required always racks, and middle of the drug store required the chair and table, and required the freezer, and area required for the retail drug 15 square feet is length and 10 square feet is width. This area required for the retail drug store design. This area required for the retail drug store and wholesale drug store design. First of all, front, in which front is display window and then entrance for the entering of staff, and this is waiting area for patients and customers, and this area is required for the racks, and this area is required for the racks, then this area required for the freezer, and this area required for the racks, and area required for the wholesale drug store design is 20 square feet and width is 10 square feet. This is the layout of drug store, like retail drug store design and wholesale drug store design. Storage condition and temperature in degrees Celsius. Like cold temperature. Many types of medicines and items required the condition is cold temperature, in which cold temperature between the 2 to 8 degrees Celsius means cold temperature. And cold temperature, cold temperature is 8 to 25 degrees Celsius temperature means cold temperature. And room temperature, 25 to 30 degrees Celsius temperature considered as a room temperature. And next one is warm temperature. Warm temperature 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. Warm temperature means 30 to 40 degrees Celsius are considered as a warm temperature. And excessive heat. Excessive heat. Excessive heat means above 40 degrees Celsius temperature means excessive heat storage condition. And controlled room temperature. Controlled room temperature means 15 to 30 degrees Celsius temperature is controlled room temperature. And freezer. Freezer means minus 20 to minus 10 degrees Celsius temperature considered as a freezer. And extreme heat. Extreme heat temperature is about 40 degrees Celsius means extreme heat temperature. And dry place. Dry place means 40% average relative humidity. 40% average relative humidity means dry place. References. These are the references for community pharmacy management. Like first of all, references Hospital Pharmacy by William E. Hassan, JR 5th edition, page number 124 to 153. And a textbook of pharmacy practice by K.G. Ravisankar, B.D. Miglani, first edition, page number 82. And third one is Remington, The Science and Practice of Pharmacy, 21st edition, volume 2nd, and page number 2259. And last one reference is Merchant and Quadris, a textbook of hospital pharmacy, and page number 39 to 50 degrees Celsius. Multiple choice questions, MCQ questions. First one question is objective of ideal layout design. Objective of ideal layout design. Option A is to attract a large number of customers. Option B is to increase the sale of the store. Option C is to reduce the selling expenses to minimum. Option D is all of the above. The right answer is D, all of the above. To attract a large number of customers, to increase the sale of the store, and to reduce the selling expense to minimum. These are the objective of ideal layout design. Next one question. Minimum floor space required for wholesale drug store. Option A is 20 square feet. Option B is 150 square feet. Option C is 100 square feet. Option D is 125 square feet. The right answer is A, 200 square feet floor space required for the wholesale drug store. Next one, maximum floor space required retail drug store. Option A is 200 square feet. Option B is 125 square feet. And option C is 250 square feet. And option D is 150 square feet. The right answer is D, 150 square feet required, minimum floor space required for retail drug store. And next one question. What order is required for the stocking of drugs? What order is required for the stocking of drugs? Option A is alphabetical order. Option B is mathematical order. Option C is dosage form order. And option D is none of the above. The right answer is A, alphabetical order is required for the stocking of drugs? The right answer is A. Alphabetical order is required for the stocking of drugs. Next one question. Activities of community pharmacist. Activities of community pharmacist as per WHO, World Health Organization. Option A is processing of prescription. Option B is care of patient and clinical pharmacy. Option C is monitoring of drug utilization. Option D is all of the above. The right answer is D. All of the above. Processing of prescriptions, care of patient or clinical pharmacy, monitoring of drug utilization. These are the activities of community pharmacist according to World Health Organization. Minimum floor space required for wholesale drug store. Option A is 200 square feet. Option B is 150 square feet. Option C is 100 square feet. And option D is 125 square feet. The right answer is A. 200 square feet is a right answer for space required for wholesale drug store. Thank you. Thank you all of you.